Hey folks, how you doing? Today I want to talk about publishing with FTP. In this example, I'll be using FileZilla. There's a lot of FTP clients or FTP programs out there that'll do an excellent job. I use FileZilla. It's a free program, and that's one of the reasons I use it is so I can demonstrate to our members how to use that particular program. Uh, no extra expense on your end. It's a great program, and I'm going to tout the value of an FTP client or FTP program just for a second here over publishing with your web editor. Here's the FTP client information. An FTP client, all it does is move files from one computer to another. And that's what happens when you're publishing. You're just moving files from one place to another. Your web editor will do this with their built-in functions. The thing I like about doing it with an FTP client is you can actually see and have more control over what files go up and where they go up and that sort of a thing. I've been using Dreamweaver since Dreamweaver 2, back in what we weren't even in the 2000s at that point. But that's when I started using Dreamweaver. One of the things I always found with using a program like that to publish is you can't always see where things are going. You're relying upon your settings that you put into your editor to put files where they belong. And from a customer support standpoint, I've actually helped a lot of people who have had publishing errors because they've set the wrong publishing information in their program and they can't see where the files go and want to know where the site is and that sort of a thing. Using an FTP client, you can see where things go and you can see if you're in the right spot or not. Let me give you an example here. First of all, setting up your publishing information. A matter of going to any of your FTP clients will have a file, these sort of links up here, and some will be a site manager or a site connection or something like that. When you click on that, it will give you some sort of a dial-up or a site manager box where you can create a new site. You can enter your host information. You can use your name, enter the username and the password and whatnot, and that creates a brand new site for you. Every editor is a little bit different. Once you click on the site manager, click on new site, the information you fill in is going to be fairly straightforward. The only thing I would suggest is for our purposes, I've kept the FTP protocol just to the regular FTP instead of SFTP, which is a secure. Encryption type, I've used plain FTP. Login type set to normal. If you have the option of anonymous, you need to actually set it to normal. And then the username and the password. This is information that's provided by your web host when you create a hosting account with them. So type that information in there and then connect to the site. Okay, now here's some of the nice things about working with an FTP client. For example, my web host tells me that I should put my files into the HTTP docs folder. Okay, so I go in there, and I already have a lot of files in here because I use this as a regular testing bed for my websites. But this is where I would put my website files, into the HTTP docs folder. And this is the sort of the live server. Over here is my local server, so I can actually browse to my desktop, where I would have my demo and my website right here, and these are all the files that I would need to publish up to my host. And to publish, you just sort of put your cursor in here anywhere, do the Control A to select everything, and then just right click and upload, and that puts all the files up to your server. And you can see where they go because you can actually usually browse around your server a little bit, check out which folder to put things into, right? And away you go. And if you ever need to update some files, typically when you make an update to files, you can just sort of do the Control A once again, upload, and you'll get an option to overwrite certain files. And you can overwrite all files. You can overwrite if a newer file size or a newer date, that sort of a thing. I'm not going to go into the great detail there. I'm just giving a quick overview of how to use sort of the benefits of using an FTP program to put your files up to the server. Think of your FTP client as a file manager. You can take files from one place, put them into another. If you need to upload a certain folder, you can just select a folder and upload it, that sort of a thing. And you can also, and the key is, you can go in here and remove files if you need to remove them. That's something that you have a real tough time doing using a Dreamweaver or something like that. In many cases, I've seen folks upload entire websites into the incorrect folder. Perhaps they went into a web users folder somewhere else on their FTP account or their hosting account that they shouldn't have been, simply by typing in the wrong directory. they've uploaded the entire site, and now it's up there. It's filling up space in the server. With an FTP client, you can at least get in there and clean those files out. Where with Remover, you can't do that. You can just move files one way, really, is the only option you have there. I mean, there are ways to log into a remote site and delete things, but it could get a little bit messy.